I don't know why Instagram look like this. Instagram always with the IG, y'all tapped in. We live. We back. We live. Instagram, what's going on? Sorry, it's kind of close, y'all. I'm working off of one of the real cameras and trying to get it together. Instagram is just being Instagram, but what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do the Instagram from the real gram. Listen, it's a second Sunday segment, right? And we just gonna do it like this. Hold on. Just bear with me. This Instagram is just being a nuisance. But you know YouTube got the show. Come on, YouTube. Y'all just had a couple people in here. What we doing? I don't care anyway. Here we go. So we cancel on Instagram. We cancel on the Instagram video live. Because we live on the live. We live on Instagram. Instagram won't catch us. How we doing? How we kicking? Alright. We got some people in here. Let me see where we at. Let me see what we looking like. Tap in with me. And make sure I got my audio good. Let me make sure. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me good? Listen, I'm not here for the nursing talk. I ain't here for the nursing talk. Come on, man. You gotta know my MO when you come in here. So, no disrespect. Much love, my brother. Much love. Okay, here we go. Okay, all right. So we got enough people. We got people from the YouTube. We got Instagram live going. And pretty much, guys, in today's Sunday segment, what I wanted to get on here and talk to y'all about is a lot that I'm seeing in. I could speak. I know I'm gonna have a lot of people here who are not in healthcare, but speaking to my healthcare professionals, I'm seeing a lot of the social media flexing. I'm seeing a lot of the social media glitz and glam when it comes to this healthcare field, when it comes to nursing, when it comes to whatever. And I just think it's a facade that we're living in. Like we living in this alternate universe where we think the profession that we're in is something that is not, right? And it's cool because I was the same way when I was just getting into nursing, when I just got my degree. I thought I was about to be making some real money. Like I thought I was gonna be rich. Now to me, rich in my head was $100,000. Like I remember being in high school and I had my group of guys and one of my homegirls, and we was trying to make six figures when we graduated college. Like that was the number, six figures, and six figures was really $100,000. But now that I'm in my field, now that I'm in the real world and life is happening, 100,000 ain't shit. 200,000 ain't shit. You really just starting to make some shake and get some motion when you got $300,000, $400,000, right? So I see on social media all the time, and as I'm scrolling through, whether it's nurse TikTok or nurse reels or Instagram, YouTube, I keep seeing these nurses that's like setting false expectations for the people that's coming in, right? And I be thinking, I don't know what enough so far. Yeah, so setting false expectations for the people that's coming in. You right? You feel me? So you got nurses who are, I feel like, creating worse nurses because these youngins that's coming in and the people after them thinking, all right, I'm about to be coming in, I'm about to be making this money, I'm going to be driving a Benz, I'm going to get me a Louis Vuitton bag, I'm going to have me a Stanley Cup, I'm going to have me some figs on. Like, they coming in with this aesthetic of what a nurse is. And that lasted all but a year for me. You know, I came in and I wanted to look the part of being a healthcare professional. I wanted to look the part of being a nurse. But I really ain't did shit yet, right? And you guys know the bumps in the road and the headaches that I had to learn through my experience. But then let's talk about financially. Because my big problem is when you setting these expectations that nursing is one thing or that healthcare is one thing and it's not, but you adding the financial price tag behind it. Like, I saw a girl, I'm gonna make a stitch of it, but she said get that nursing degree, and then she's showing her buying a new Mercedes Benz. Looked like she had maybe 10, 20,000 on the table racked up. God counting it out, and she's showing a new, you know what I'm saying, C class, E class, whichever one she got. Congratulations to her, but I don't think that's why you should be promoting people to be coming into this field. And let me really talk to you how my story came along. So when COVID hit, right before COVID hit, I was just under 100,000. I was probably making like $90,000 a year, and that was after my first year because COVID hit after my second year being a nurse. And when I made that money, I thought I was really doing something. And I fell into the lifestyle creep of taking hella vacations, taking hella trips. I was taking hella trips. I mean, every 3 months I was somewhere. And when we talking about local in the United States, I was everywhere every other weekend. But then international, every 3 months we gone, we somewhere, we moving and shaking. And I thought that's what I was supposed to be doing. You feel what I'm saying? I'm making this amount of money. Let me travel. Let me live my life. I already bought my house. You know, I got a car. So now let me go ahead and live a lifestyle that I feel is due for me, that I feel entitled to a little bit. So with that lifestyle, going out to the club, you're going to go out to the club, you got to get a section. If you go to get a section, you got to look decent while you in there. If you're going to get a section, you got to have bottles. And it's all of the added value, you know what I'm saying, the material shit that I believe what wealth was. It's pulling me back. It's just pulling me back and holding me down. And it took me a while to get it. But when COVID hit and I was isolated from everybody, the crowd and the people whom I thought I was supposed to be with, trying to fit in, trying to impress, spending this money, which it really wasn't me, in order to maintain that status within this realm, it wasn't really getting me nowhere in the real world. And when I was in Houston and I was working 60 hours a week and I was away from that world, you know what I'm saying, away from those type of people, away from that thinking and that mentality, that's when my life really started to change. That's when my wealth really started to grow. That's when I was able to save my money more. That's when I was able to learn what I needed to learn in order to invest my money appropriately. And then that also gave me the relief when things started to go bad. I still had the security and the reserves there to take care of it because I wasn't trying to spend it for other people. And then that brings me to this point, like, too many of us are spending money we don't have to buy things we don't need to impress people we don't know and then people who don't even care about us just to get the external validation from them. And when you separate yourself and you isolate yourself from those people you're looking for validation from, especially when that validation comes from material items comes from using money as a measuring tool versus a resource. Once you separate yourself from that, you really start to see the world for what it is, right? And you see these people on social media who got the nice car, they taking a nice trip, they look like they really living life. You start to see like, yo, how you on vacation all the time, or how you out every weekend, but you also investing for your future? I'm telling you, it's not possible. It's not possible, because you can't do both. You can't, one, be living the life like you made it. You feel what I'm saying? You can't be living the life as if you're successful, as if you've accomplished what you needed to accomplish in order to bear the fruits of this labor, versus actually putting in the work. Actually having it, you know what I'm saying, going through the ups and downs, going through the learning mistakes, the learning lessons, the trials and errors, the ups and downs. You ain't really went through that, so I know it's not possible for you to be doing both and still showing the success and the wins. It's not there, especially when it comes to the game of real estate. Because I see the social media real estate investors, and then I see the real real estate investors. And the social media real estate investors, they in front of the camera, they all clean, they nice and smiling. The real estate investors, they in the same bummy sweatsuit every day. They in and out of the properties, dealing with the tenants, dealing with contractors, really getting to it. So what I really want you guys to do is really look in the mirror, right? And really ask yourself, one, why is money important to you? Like what's the importance of it? Ask yourself that question. Why is money important to me? Because then when you figure out why money is important to you, you'll realize the things that you spend your money on is where you hold your most value. Me, family, my real estate investments, golf. That's what. But you still gotta live your life though. It's not easy to be fully accomplished. I'm gonna get to you, brother. I'm gonna get to you. I'm gonna hold that statement. Matter of fact, I'm gonna touch on it right now. But you still got to live your life, though. What is living your life? Who you living your life for? Who you living your life for? You living your life for them, or you living your life for yourself? And then if you saying you can't do both, you either going to live your life, or you going to sacrifice, and you going to stack your money up, build wealth, create a legacy for yourself. And I don't want to be that guy on the soapbox, but you can't do both, because living your life costs money, but also investing into your future costs money. And if you want to split it down the middle, 50-50, is that 50% really worth it when you could have got that compounded and it could have grown into more than what it is? I don't know. That's just my personal preference. We might have different agendas and goals later on in life. But listen to what I'm saying, right? I want y'all to understand this. This is my live, all right? I ain't really talking for the feedback. I'm talking for the ones that need to hear it. And if you one of the people in the comments that want to live life, want to enjoy it while you young and all this other stuff, and don't want to make sacrifices, don't want to run the marathon, listen, this ain't for you. Because me right now, I'm trying to put in 10, and that's 10 years. 10 years of suffering. 10 years of suffering, so that after that, for 30 years, I ain't got to do nothing. I really don't have to do nothing if I don't want to. And I don't have to be in this profession that I don't want to be in, just to be able to have that balance. But sorry for the sidebar. Bring it back on course, right? Really look in the mirror and saying, what are you doing this for? Like, why do you want to build wealth? Do you want to build wealth to be rich? To be rich now, to look rich, to have rich items, to have rich experiences, to give the view of the people that you want to look like you're above and have higher status? That's all I'm saying, right? Or do you want to build wealth? Do you want to be able to pass something on to your kids? Do you want to be able to send your kids to private school without it affecting the household or any financial stresses coming from that? Do you want to be able to send your kids to college without them having to pay for it and giving them a leg up? That's what I really think it's about. It ain't about, for me, like, I like to think about the animal kingdom. I watch a lot of National Geographic and Nat Geo Wild, and I look at the lion pride. The lion, the king of the savannah, right? And majority of his life, he roaming the savannah, protecting his territory. Anybody coming his territory is on site, right? Because that's the protection of his family, so that his DNA, his seed can live on to the next generation and continue to bear his whatever, his DNA, right? That's how I look at my finances. That's how I look at life in general for us. I was put on this earth for me. What I feel like my purpose is to, one, make an easier way for the people to come behind me. That's my kids. That's their kids, right? And when you are first generation wealth builder, you're not going to get to reap the benefits of the work that you put in. You might later on, 50, 60, as long as you consistently save and invest, but you're not going to get to reap those benefits, but your kids will, right? And when I look at my daughter every day, I just know everything I'm doing right now is for her, because I could be gone tomorrow and not see a cent of what I put away, but I know she will. And I feel like that's what it's for. And it's not for the people who on the IG, on social media, on Instagram, that are enticing you to live this life that's not really what you want. Because I remember having that fear of missing out when COVID was going on. We was on shutdown, but Atlanta was jumping, Houston was jumping, New York was jumping. Everybody was still outside. Here I am inside of a hotel, and I'm like, I wish I was outside. I could do what everybody else is doing. Or I wish I was able to. Everybody spending that free check that they get. I didn't get the check because we made too much. But I wish you know what I'm saying? I was thought I was missing out on something. But then when I really saw it now, 3 years later, them people still broke. Them people ain't got shit to show for it. They had fun. They had a good experience. They got to live the life that they thought what wealth was when it was that time. But now we're here in COVID, and everybody crying. After COVID, everybody crying broke. Everybody back to pre-COVID conditions. How? Why? Because you was doing everything for everybody else instead of doing what you needed to do for yourself. That's it. That's all I want to say tonight. Look in the mirror. Who you really doing it for? Are you doing it for yourself, or are you doing it for them? And if you're doing it for yourself, then take the necessary sacrifices right now. I promise you, once you really in it, once you really isolate yourself and go full focus lock-in mode, it won't feel like a sacrifice. It won't feel like a struggle. It's just going to feel like life. It's just going to feel like this is the marathon, this is the process, and this is what I have to do in order to get where I want to go. But you'll see, time, year after year, decades, my favorite Drake line, we'll give it time, we'll see who's still around a decade from now. In a decade from now, we're going to see who's still complaining about the same things, who still are having the same financial issues, who's still in the same financial predicament because they didn't want to fully lock in. They didn't fully want to dial in and make the necessary sacrifices for themselves over the long run because they wanted the gratification now. So that's all I wanted to say. I'm going to go through these comments. I don't know who was saying anything, who was saying what. Go through these comments, get out of here. I just wanted to make sure I had to tap into another Sunday segment. I told y'all every Sunday I'm going to be here giving some motivation, giving some insight, my perspective, the perspective of the urban nurse, because I want to talk to you guys like I talk to my clients. I'm not the advisor that's going to pity pat you and make you feel better about the poor financial decisions you're making, or I'm not gonna make you feel and rub your back and have a shoulder to cry on because you know what you should be doing. I'm here to hold you accountable. I'm here to push you to greatness and here to push you to the next level, and that's what's required. I always like to get a Kobe Bryant example. Kobe spent 20 years of his life, really his entire life, but 20 years of his life professionally doing the same thing every day. Every day. Got 5 rings from it. And now he's one of the greatest, known as the greatest, and his name will forever live on in this part of human society, in this part of human history. His name will forever live on. But because he focused on one thing and he became great at that one thing. So that's what we got to do. And You remember a lot of chemistry partner? Nope. Current nurse in New York City. I want to buy a rental property, and I don't know where I should look into. So New York is a pretty pricey market. I'm gonna be honest with you. What I would do is definitely try to tap into bigger pockets, find ways to creatively finance your investments, creatively finance the purchase of a property, and there are different options that you can do for that. But New York is a pricey market. My recommendation would be to look somewhere else, but I don't really know the vicinity of what's cheaper on the outskirts of New York. So being frugal is great, and it's the cornerstone of building wealth. But playing the game to get women is what leads up to flexing and going out. Well, I guess we wasn't playing the game to get women. We were playing the game to have fun. So yeah, that's it. That's it. And that's all. I'll see y'all next week. I'm about to you ever try linking up with Pocket Watching JT? I've watched a couple of his videos. He actually was a presenter at one of the courses, one of my financial advising internships that I did. He was there, but I love to. He got some motion, and he got some insight. He is a financial planner as well. So I don't know, one of these days when your boy get big enough and somebody catch wind what I got going on. But all right, YouTube, y'all got me hot and heated in here now. I don't want to be on here too long. I see y'all. Hey, yo, you cool. How did you study for the HESI? I'm not the nurse guy, man. Go so y'all. Why y'all want to keep choosing me to be Mr. Nurse in school? Mr. Nurse. That's not what I'm trying to do. That's not what I'm trying to do. I really gotta figure out a way to change that narrative or change that perspective. Cause I don't like denying the questions either. Cause I remember being there. But I see